1A Cascader.
You have a page number for it?
BPE. Okay. Oops. Probably would be good to search in gear, not firearms. Bravo, Peter, Echo.
I copy pasted it to the chat.
BPEA 1A Cascader. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, I marked on my thing page for those 2 items.
What, where?
And then mark numbers.
I think she's just muttering.
No,
So-
she's saying she purchased the item, but the problem is she's having coughing fits in the room right now, like massive coughing fits. So
Oh,
she
boy.
might be toggling the mute button, and she needs to give the microphone like 2 seconds when she toggles before she says words.
That's correct.
I'm sorry you're not feeling so great.
I feel fine. It's just this damn cough.
Allergies, yay.
Hot toddy, you're feeling much better.
No, I was sick last week.
Oh, yucky.
Yeah, she was seriously pooky.
So, Jeff, that is an awesome item. I agree, but it runs into the same problem that the Veridicator 200 runs into.
Hmm?
And that is that it is a rarity 8 item.
Yeah.
So it's not something that we can just easily buy.
I mean, you can try.
We can definitely try to buy. But
Let's see, there's one other thing on my list, and
so in Kelly, this would come in handy for you. Both of these would. I already have a security sweeper, but it would be handy to have another one in the group.
Purchase both.
And the data breaker would be all around handy for you.
What book is DOH?
Death on Hand? No.
Droids of Hell.
She's looking for legit help, not hard times. DOH.
Well, I could just not buy it, and then we can just deal with me not owning it. So
It's Disciples of Harmony.
Yeah, Disciples of Harmony. It's the Jedi one.
Yeah.
I don't know that one got shared with me.
It did not, I bet.
Probably not. It just comes from my expansive collection. But also, all of this stuff I found in Ogdudes. It's not like I sat here thumbing through every one of my books.
I shared the link.
I don't believe you when you say that.
I shared the link for the wiki. But yeah, I believe he looked through all the books.
So another one that I've got that I was thinking about getting, it's a drug that you can get which adds 1 boost die to all cunning and presence-based checks until the end of the encounter.
And then you realize, in fact, the drug did not make you sexier. You were just stoned and misinterpreting things. And Golda, whenever Skype loads it, you should have that book you're looking for.
Anyway, I'm going to stop sharing now.
That's probably what's slowing down the upload speed.
Madness.
Skype is screaming, "What is all of this?"
Should be easy for it.
So shopping spree montage almost complete.
Well, can we get so I'm a little fuzzy on the rarities. Can I get a Veridicator or a Cascader?
With a roll.
So what's the rarity of the item? And I can tell you.
Both of them are 8.
Yes.
And is it a
restricted item? No.
No.
Restricted? No. So rarity 8 will only require a not bad. That's like on par with thermal detonators. Will only require a daunting negotiation or streetwise, depending whether you want to buy it legally or illegally.
You said negotiation or streetwise. Well, streetwise is my better is definitely my better skill.
Oh, he's going for the black
What is your
market.
skill? Because we can have.
For streetwise, it is 5 green and 1 yellow.
Oh, destruct my. Yeah, so you're going to be our guy probably. Streetwise and deception are both horrible for me.
Yeah,
But then again, I'm not the one who needs one of those
black,
anyway.
So
What?
And also, since you are on a core world, the rarity modifiers are -2 because everything should be available to you. So that makes it only a 6, which is a lot easier.
Okay, so should I roll my streetwise?
Any modifiers I need put in there?
Not for my streetwise, no.
Okay, go ahead and do your streetwise as you attempt to contact the black market and say, I am specifically looking for this thing.
Okay, let's start.
Yes, in fact,
Wow.
you can find them. They are available on the market.
they have
Okay,
a ton of them. They got them on sale.
I know how the black market works, so
And
Is that-
what do you want to use the extra successes for?
Is anyone else having
Get
a
'em
hard
cheaper.
time hearing, or is it just me?
Was that?
yeah, we
Everybody
heard you,
sounds
we didn't
fine.
understand what you said. What?
She said, is anyone else having a problem hearing?
No.
Not at all.
Yes, I think reducing the cost would be nice.
Okay, that many successes, I will let you knock 20% off the price.
Okay.
Obviously, it's hot
Yeah.
because you went to the, black market.
All right. Now, does that cover both of these items, or
That is just the one item. Unless you want to
Okay.
use the 2 advantages for an item that is rarity less and not restricted.
No, I will. I'm going for the Cascader because the Veridicator is nice for acting as a lie detector, but I'm usually the one doing the lying rather than the detecting. So I'm going for the Cascader. And
Think you can get 2 of those bad boys?
You could get 2 of them, but you're not getting the discount on those guys.
All right, I'll take 2 of them.
So if you've got the credits, you've got the source.
Yeah, they're 1,800 each. So
Yep.
Literally, there's this like sleazy musical instrument place that's playing smooth G's in the background. And you go in the secondary basement area, and here's where all the black market stuff's for sale. And Gold is saying she's having a problem with her sound input right now. So she is.
I think I'm
Rebooting?
back.
Oh,
Hey,
we
there's
hear
Chris.
you.
We hear you fine.
Now we hear you. Yep.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I totally blame it on, Gunter sharing his screen earlier. Must have messed everything up.
Yep.
Troublesome.
That's some story and I'm sticking to it.
Okay, so I bought 2 of those, and now I'm ready to check it out to see if I can get a Veridicator or 2 or 3. Is my dice pool ready?
Wasn't that what you were originally rolling for?
No, I was waiting for the Cascader.
Oh, okay.
They are both the same. They are both the same rarity. So.
Rarity.
Then yes, your dice pool is ready.
Okay. Go there and streetwise.
Oh,
Oh,
fresh
good use for the
stock on
story
those.
points. I was hoping you'd get arrested by the cops for buying these things, but apparently, no, they do not have one of them available. But apparently, there's a buttload of advantages for you to use for something.
Does anybody know where I might find one?
Not in a decent time frame. Remember, this is time sensitive on this mission.
Yeah.
You can totally order one, and it should be in 2 weeks. And that only costs you 3. You still got 3 advantage.
I think it's something that we would want, long term. It's a good thing to have. So yeah, I'll put an order with Black Market with Jack Jeeves's place there. Next time one falls off a truck. Anybody?
HoloNet Amazon, it's totally coming in 2 days, which translates to a week and a half.
Yeah. Anybody have any ideas for the other 3?
Nope.
In this context, not really, unless there's something else you were looking for and need a lead on.
No.
Hang on a second.
As Prit's spending all this time with the black marketeers.
Right. Can I try to roll to see if I can use my connections to get the Veradicator 2000 or 200?
Okay, and are you using negotiation or streetwise?
Negotiation.
So she's going to go through some legal networks. Okay, I got your difficulty in there for you.
Okay, give me 1 second. Inventory.
Currently, the black market is all sold out. Maybe the real market has it available.
Maybe the real market has that. Okay. I doubt it, but it's worth a check.
I'm not sure Prit knows how to go to the real market.
I get it says +1A. That will just be automatic, right?
Yep, it'll add an advantage in there if you're willing to use your pheromones.
Oh, okay. I mean, why wouldn't I? Better than
Right?
A little flirty with some pheromone flutter. I mean, come on.
All right, let's see what happens.
Hey, you do find it available.
Great. I would like to purchase one.
There you go. Prit, what's the price?
The price
$4,000.
Yeah, 4,000.
It's a rarity 8.
Yeah.
It's very rare.
Yes, but thankfully you're on one of the core worlds, so rare things are actually more common, which is crazy because, you could totally use that for stuff that should not be common in the core. It's not restricted. That's the important part.
So, Golda, another one that you could possibly make use of is a signature synthesizer.
Yeah, I already bought it.
Oh, okay.
That one I got right away. That one was easy. That was like, yes, everybody has them. Why are you wasting my time trying to find this? I was like, okay.
Yeah, in fact, I'm debating whether or not I want to pick one up.
That's no good for any of my socials, so.
I am spending a lot of my cash, so I think I'll hold off for now.
I mean, all you have to do is sell off some of those explosives you got, you can make your money back real quick.
Yeah, but then we have a record of having sold explosives, and that could cause bad things to happen.
You only have a record if you get caught.
True. But that's when we accidentally roll a despair and things go to shit, so...
Well, that's merely my job to tempt you into doing these things. I mean, I only tempt you into doing good things.
I know, you're just doing your job.
I
Giving
mean,
you options.
I don't make despairs happen. If I could, I'd make them happen more often. Secretly
Yeah.
goes to your character sheets and says +1 despair on every character's roll.
So, Jim, I did pick up a SDS 632 surveillance detector along with that BPEA cascader.
Now you guys are just decked out on all this equipment.
We'll end up using none of it.
Is our boat gonna catch fire, Jim?
I was gonna say, are you guys encumbered with all this extra gear on you?
Well, it's a matter of not bringing the gear we don't need and only bringing what we do need.
A lot
The
of the
cascader
stuff.
doesn't add to encumbrance since it's basically jewelry. The Eradicator does add 1 to your encumbrance.
Yeah, the cascader is like the rank badge thing,
Mm-hmm.
basically.
It makes you look important. In Star Trek terms, you've got the lapel pins, the pips. I'm like, do they still use those? So what is your guys' plan?
What are you kidding? It's been so long since we played. I don't even remember what the mission is.
What? I was gonna say, does our fearless leader have to put away his shopping list and pull out his mission list?
Probably not a bad idea, but I'm still trying to update my character sheet here, so...
Okay, so as you're doing that, there's that certain Imperial guy that you would like to take out, which apparently you guys opted for the getting enough explosives to blow up a small moon.
Yep.
You scouted out the base has got a double perimeter fence.
Yep.
It's also
There's
got
also a sewer.
Yep, a sewer entrance, and then the delivery trucks are droid piloted trucks that have a system scanner that scans the cargo and would totally detect any living organism going through the scanner. Unless somebody did something crazy like coated yourself in carbonite.
Yep.
But who wants to deal with carbonite blunt sickness on the way in? Not that I'm totally just stealing that from an episode of Clone Wars where the troopers had to freeze themselves and let the droids pilot.
Had we determined which way we were going to go in, guys?
I was looking at notes. For some reason, I thought we had already gotten N.
I recall
To the
at one
facility.
point you were saying to send Simi in through the delivery truck with the explosives was mentioned.
I think that's probably right.
I mean, since it was just yesterday, your characters would totally remember.
Right.
Yes.
Well, like I said, I thought we had like a box that was like lined or something.
I think that's the plan of what we were going to do, but we didn't actually execute that.
That was one of the many ideas thrown out there.
Yep. I think that's what we're going to do is...
Oh, I'm going in the truck.
Everybody in the explosives inside of a container lined with carbonite, and see me ready to open the container once we get through the fence.
And I think it was what, 5K for that kind of container? I believe
I think that might be
number I
right.
threw out.
That sounds about right.
As you contact one of your delivery guys, and he's like, "I've got just the container you need to keep your perishables unperished."
I'm hoping to remain unperished. if that would be okay.
Keeps your perishables unperished or your money back. Followed by the warning of make sure to bring in your own air supply.
I brought their greatest albums. Does that count?
Followed by the jizz band called Earth, Wind, and Expire.
I like it.
You know, it really does make you wonder back there in the old Star Wars early eras when he's like, what are we going to call that music? We can't call it jazz. Let's call it jizz. And seeing how it would roll from there.
There's no way that a generation of teenage boys are going to find anything weird about that.
And if they are, well, they can always turn on the music. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop.
It sounds way too much like the Muppets for me.
Oh. Yeah,
but the others digital.
It's time to light the music. Start the music.
What's wrong with the Muppets?
Time to light.
I mean, I was gonna say
there's absolutely nothing wrong with the Muppets. But I can't take your music seriously when all I can think of is Fozzie Bear.
Let's not forget, in that movie, quite a few Muppeteers were performing in a couple puppets. Right. So there's probably a reason why it sounds, similar.
Coincidence? I think not.
Is there a way in Roll20? Is there a modifier for doing an upgrade?
Yeah. There's a little box called upgrade with an up and down arrow.
Well, I mean, to put it into a modifier, though.
Oh, no. That you would have to do manually each time. So, like, when you pull up your character sheet at the very tippy top, you'd see the upgrade, downgrade arrows. You'd have to manually click that when you roll your thingy. Or just let me know and I'll do it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, unfortunately, with the skill macros, that's just a little too complicated for it.
Yep. Understandable.
Or a note to put on the Roll20 wiki. Huh. I mean, there is actually in the character sheets, I think, somewhere an email to report problems. Yeah. For more information on this version, visit, and it's got the Star Wars where they store it. You can always say, here's my suggestion.
Yeah. Here's my wishful thinking.
So what is the plan?
All right, so we purchase container. We're going to load everybody into the container, seal it, except for Simi, who's going to hide out in the back.
Well, remember, first you have to get onto a truck.
Yeah. Maybe one of our talkie people can...
Poor Simi comes walking up with a 8-foot by 4-foot box.
Right.
Open the doors. Put this in your truck. Take me where I tell you.
Maybe one of the talkie people can convince someone at one of the endpoints, because we did identify some of the trucks.
Yep, you totally know the company that does the supply drops.
Yep, so maybe we could go there and persuade someone to ship an extra container and on the manifest.
I'm willing to give it a shot.
Yeah, if you can charm them, or I can lie through my teeth.
right? Which way do you think is going to be most effective for us? Do you think deceit's going to do it, or do you think twirling my hair at somebody's going to do it?
So the question I would ask is it safer for you to do it and possibly be identifiable, or is it better for the shapeshifter to do it?
Wow.
Although, given the history of roles, maybe it is better to have Golda do it. Ouch.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
ultimately-
I oftentimes roll complete shite when it's important.
Yeah.
We all do,
Ultimately,
hon.
we're
We all
lying
do.
to our teeth about what we want, though. So
Look at Tozen twisting the vibroblade.
He does that. But I do have abilities to like re-roll if I need to. So
yeah.
How about you do
And-
it, Shapey Shifter?
I will go up there. I'm going to shapeshift into someone who looks like middle management.
I'm going to shape into somebody who looks like Lachelle. Okay.
He's got his cheap tie on.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking like Milton from Office Space.
Slightly disheveled.
Yeah, you just come up with a clipboard and to say, hey, look, this is supposed to be on the bill of lading. It didn't. It really needs to go today. Come on, this is important.
Be a pal. Help me out.
Make it happen, man.
This total receptionist, she looks like she's right out of the Ghostbusters, office. Looks up at you and says, "How may I help you?"
Look, my name is Bill Watts from Central Delivery, and we've got a problem here. This manifest is incorrect. We got an extra box that is supposed to be on this. It's not, and it needs to go.
And you can sense she's about to say "we," and she gives you this look like, "Where's the mouse in your pocket?" Go ahead and give me your deception check. As you're gonna lay down the schmooze like processed cheese.
Okay. And wait, one thing I was gonna do. Just want
And did someone just flip that light side point?
that was me.
They did.
Okay, just
Mhm.
checking.
Sorry, you missed out.
I just happened to flip back and saw that one was clicked, so I just wanted to make sure I wasn't shortchanging you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Are you
sure.
ready?
You were going to go push the button.
All right. If the
Jim
pool
would
is
never
ready,
do that.
Yep, the pool is
Here it
ready.
comes.
And then she kind of looks up at you and gives you a sparkly-eyed smile and looks at you from going from cranky day to we don't want any kind of problems. And she basically asks to look at your paperwork, which you kind of bullshit through real quick.
Yeah.
She just asks, you know what? Go ahead and just sign this T14 page, and I'll fill it out for you.
Oh,
Here
thank you
is,
very much.
and she slides this little index card style, scan code card that's magnetic, and she says, "Yeah, I'm assuming you've got your cargo over in the loading dock.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and just leave it there in the loading dock. Put this on there. We have a shipment going out," and she totally pulls up on her little holo display some information. She's like, "In 45 minutes, we'll make sure
That sounds
that you get added to the cargo run." And the labor droid will load up the container and put it in the unit for you.
all right. Well, I sign what I need to sign. I take the label and head out to the loading dock so I can slap it on, and over comms, quietly says, "Okay, I got us in."
So as you say that on comms, you get nothing but static.
Hmm. Hello.
Yes, the box blocks radio signals.
Yes.
It's shielded, remember?
Yes. Well,
So you and Simi are standing out there in the conveniently marked with the yellow hologram caution mark tapes
Well,
that are
Brit has
circulating
to get
around.
into the container somehow, yes?
So yeah, Prit's gonna have to get in the box unless Prit has another plan. What's Prit gonna do? Prit can almost feel the cameras looking at Prit right now.
Prit's gonna have a holiday.
Stealth your way inside the box. It's not like it's being scanned right now. It only gets scanned at the fence.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stealthily get in there, and I will use my Master of Shadows to reduce the difficulty of that check by 1.
Ooh. That's going to be helpful because this place does have good security. I mean, henceforth the Empire using it. Okay, go ahead and give me your stealth. Is Simi gonna assist in any way since you're with Prit there and you're the one that kind of has to close the door and lock it?
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're just gonna add a blue and not do crazy extra stuff for Prit.
Correct.
Okay, I've got your difficulty set there, Prit.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
You're missing the blue.
Yeah, true.
No, the blue was there.
Uh-uh.
Oh,
screen.
no, you're right. The blue is not there. Neither are the blacks. Tozen's character sheet has them apparently, because that's the one I was looking at the moment.
Oh,
Try
thank you.
that again. By the way, I've cleared them out of yours, Tozen. Okay, so go ahead and try now and have the real difficulty on there.
Okay.
That blue was better than my
Gets
blacks.
You got a splinter on the way in.
Yeah.
So we will say that Prit just barely got in there in time as this big 12-foot tall labor bot comes up with forklifts for arms and totally looks down at Simi and the door goes click just as it comes around the corner. As the thing just gives out this acknowledging Simi, and then it looks over and you can see it scans the little card and it basically gestures towards Simi to move a safe distance away. As we have this horrible point where poor Simi is going to be talking. Should have made you some hot tea. As I can hear she's coughing. As it proceeds to slowly reach its arms around and just starts to pick up the cargo container with machine precision. Everybody inside, do me a favor and give me a athletics or coordination check. I just want to see if I can bump and bruise you guys up.
All right. I will do coordination because that's slightly better.
And it totally is buying time for Kelly to stop coughing so Simi can acknowledge the labor droid.
I have a success, but equally a threat. I bonked the shit out of myself in there.
Okay, wow. So Tozen has no problem whatsoever. Melnock takes 1 strain from the whole shaking event, and Lachelle takes 2 strain. As this thing picks you guys up and kind of unceremoniously drops with a loud tong, as you guys kind of like, the part of the strain is less bouncing and bruising and more the sound of being in this giant echo chamber box that is literally echo chamber because there's nowhere for sound to go except reverberating off the walls.
Were we fresh on strain at this point?
Yes, you should be full up.
Okay.
So in Jim, we wanted to bring roughly double the oxygen we would have needed.
Okay, so you bought some of those little oxygen mouth breathers,
Mm-hmm.
the cool ones that are either used by Jedi or by Batman because they all look the same.
True that.
I'm gonna tell the droid to be more careful.
And it gives you this vague acknowledgement. Now the thing is, the scan sheet had the cargo unit is the only thing going in the back of the truck. Does Simi want to do something before the labor droid does the beep beep to lock the truck and try to get in? I mean, it's gonna be a short adventure if you don't get in.
Yeah, I mean, is it on a data pad?
No. Basically, there's a ticket saying which truck this needs to go on to, and it's just the cargo container. Your friend Prit said nothing about the droid going on the truck.
My instructions are to go with the case. You must make room for me.
It seems very unconvinced unless you would like to go with a skill roll here. Or do you want to be all fancy and try to slice the big guy?
Oh.
I will slice the big guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so while he's loading, I will give me a stealth roll to see if you can slice him before he realizes you're trying to, without consent.
I had originally done.
Give me either coordination or stealth. I'll take either or. Basically means you're able to get in there and shove it in before he realizes you're plugging into him.
Like a robotic possession.
Oh! So with that triumph, if you want to use that, you can totally hack him by all means.
Oh yeah, I totally want to hack him.
So immediately he relaxes as you plug into him, and you almost hear. Go ahead.
Am I still on mute? No, I'm not on mute.
No.
Okay. Except for give us back our point then, because this is not.
Because you rolled before I put it in, so I'll give you back your point.
I originally was going to do it for slicing, but yeah.
I was going to ask you if you want to use it for the first one or the second one, but you don't need to worry about it. So, So he basically is very subservient to you. And is there any commands that you want to leave behind now that you have open access to him? Yes, I'm totally going to make you have to talk after coughing.
You're cruel. Do we want to have any? We want a good relationship with these people. So basically, can I leave like a back end that anything that comes from the specific name on the sheet is an automatic pass?
What do you mean automatic? So you've hacked him successfully. He acknowledges you as a master user.
Yes, so that anybody that basically anytime we use them, we get basically premium.
Premium service.
Okay.
Yeah, well, like it doesn't like.
So basically, this labor bot will, anytime it's directly involving this labor bot, he will load and do whatever you put on the card.
It's like he's, even
he acknowledges you as a super user.
She's alright.
Whether or not it has an inspection tag or not, right?
And well, it's got to have some kind of code for him to scan. But yeah, you basically you can print up a code and slap a label on it, and he'll load it and send it where you want it to go. And he totally, helps you up into the truck and closes the truck's door, and then starts to act quirky and dance like a little shimmy jig there. He's doing the robot. He now has a quirk for those 3 threat. Who knows what Simi's programming's done to him? So begins the droid rebellion.
I made him personable.
Okay, so the truck moves out. On Simi, you've got the little holo display in your head showing you what the timeline should be to the getting to the gate. I'm assuming you just put yourself in power reserve mode and sit back all back of the bus.
Yes.
As we get the screen swipe, as you see the truck pulls up to the security scanner, and the security guys give it the once wave. There's a couple of KX droids out there looking all serious and menacing in their Terminator fashion. The truck pulls up through the scanner, and Simi, mildly acknowledges the scanner beam going through the truck and the fact that it's identifying everything in there except for the nice carbonite box that's kind of, warming to the touch because of it. And Simi, as you get through the scanner and you hear a smack on the outside and the vehicle takes off. Is there anything you're doing while you're in the complex, you believe? You're pretty sure.
What do you guys want me to try? And I don't really have.
Once we're through the gate, you can pretty much open the box.
Yeah. Once we're through the gate, I'll open.
Okay, so once you guys get through the gate, you're pretty sure that it should be the point because there's no peepholes, unfortunately, or cameras mounted on the truck. As you go up and you boop, 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 and you feel the carbonite box warms up for a second, and then the seal pops, and it gets a little uncomfortably steamy inside there for you guys. But that's what the carbonite does. And it opens up with a sucking sound from the oxygen, exchange. As you guys are in the truck, you feel it go clunk clunk, and it's moving. You're assuming in the facility. So many assumptions. I love it.
Right?
What are you guys gonna do? I can only wait for someone to whip out a lightsaber to put a peephole in the truck.
That's a little too obvious. Or showy. Well, somebody stealthy sneak and peek out the truck.
That's
Or
totally a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give you 2 black dice because you're in the moving vehicle opening the door from the inside. What's the worst that happens? I get all the destiny points back. That's the worst. So who's gonna sneak a peek outside?
Should probably be our stealthy person.
That's my guess.
I was gonna say which one. You got a couple of them that are sneaky.
The only one that I know is real sneaky is.
I'm a stealth of 2 green. I am not your sneaky girl.
No, I think Prit is basically the stealthy girl.
I mean, infiltrator is in Prit's title after all.
It is.
Right.
Are we ready for a stealth roll here then?
Yep, unless I need to upgrade something.
Not that I'm aware of. All right, ready?
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, by the hair of Prit, something. As you guys open, Prit totally braces and opens the door a couple inches and peeks out, and you clearly know that yes, you've made it past the second set of security fences, and you are cruising onto the base proper. As you see, a couple guards walking by, as the stormtroopers don't even notice you. You close the door and peek back out. You notice the delivery vehicle is going amongst a bunch of buildings. It's not the only delivery truck you see heading that general direction, so you figure everything's A-okay. Nobody seemed to have risen any alarm whatsoever. The plan is a go. As you can totally close the door and give, Tozen a thumbs up. Now we find out from Tozen what the actual plan is.
Well, if I remember correctly, we didn't get a detailed schematic of the base.
You didn't.
But we were able to determine where the big bad is.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have to see where the truck stops with us. We will have to then exit the truck. We will, of course, want to scan to make sure that there are no surveillance devices in the vicinity. And then we will start moving towards where we expect to encounter the commander that we need to assassinate.
Okay, so you're basically staying on the truck until it comes to a complete stop?
Eliminate.
I think that's probably wise, because I don't want to have to do an athletics roll to get off of the truck while it's moving.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like the best choice for us.
That's a good way of dying. That's all I'm going to say.
Yep.
You guys are no fun.
I mean, we could do it. We could do it if we need to.
We could do it, just not well.
Yeah, we're just not gonna.
Okay, you feel the vehicle slowly make a couple turns, accelerates, slows down, and then when it comes to a complete stop, you totally hear somebody do that slap on the side of the cargo truck and some voices talking outside. Is anybody gonna stick their head to the side of the wall and try to listen? Or are you guys planning something else?
I have anxiety about sticking my head out and getting myself caught. So I'm a little.
Not sticking the head out. You're just percepting through the door or
basically
through the
putting your ear against
side
the
panel
to hear the conversation going on outside.
You want me to do it? I'm a little less.
Use the drinking glass that you brought with you.
Yeah, all of us can do it, right? Like all of us can try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say it was perception?
Oh, hey. Actually, why don't
she's looking at them with the
so Jim, I pass over my infra binoculars to not Prit, to Golda.
Ooh.
And the infra binoculars allow you to see through up to 2 meters of solid wall, so she can easily look through the walls of the truck and see what's going on outside.
All right. See, that's beautiful. You don't even need to roll nothing for that. You instantly pull up the infinoculars and you see that there's two guys and a loading droid walking up, and the two guys are talking and they're pointed to the truck next to your truck, and they immediately pop the door open and start unloading the first truck. So obviously you hear the clock ticking that these guys are going to come unload your truck at any second.
All right, so I'm like, guys, get ready. They're going to be here. Oh.
And they're moving really quick, so it's probably going to be in like 2 turns. They'll be here opening the door.
Is there other cargo in this truck? Can we stealth it until they get this container offloaded and then sneak out of the truck?
Yeah, you could totally hide behind some crates and other things that are in the back of the truck. I mean, your crate is the first one there, so you could totally creep inside and hide as a group.
I was gonna say probably just hide in our crate, let them unload it. Just don't, keep the door closed, but don't latch.
Yeah, I suppose we could do that too.
So what are you guys gonna do?
Let's do that, because the manifest doesn't really say our crate is supposed to go anywhere, right? So they'll just offload it and put it somewhere, and we can see where they put us.
Okay, so everybody getting in includes Simi?
Yep.
Simi, is she coughing again?
I don't hear her coughing, so she's probably muted.
talking me on mute. There's not enough room for me in there, I think, right?
You could fit.
Be a little tight, but you can fit.
All right.
Squeeze in here, girl.
It just means Prit's gonna have to
I'll go
shapeshift
in the-
slightly smaller.
I'll go in the bottom and you guys lay on top of me because, I'm not going to get squished.
There you go, stepping on the droid again. Okay, so you guys, with the free time you have before they show up, you're gonna totally jump in there and close the door and secure it in a way that lets you open it from the inside because you totally thought about that earlier. Someone should flip me a destiny point for that.
Well, we have a way to open it. Well, I have a way to open it.
And you guys feel the cargo container shift, and everybody give me a coordination or athletics check again. This time they're a lot less gentle with the cargo.
That's helpful when you got the door or garage door opener for the box. All right.
Look at y'all.
Yay! I don't barf this time.
Obviously, it just goes to show everybody is getting more comfortable with being inside the box.
Well, it's tighter, less space, so less jostle room.
So Prit, it looks like, is the only one that took some strain. Did Simi roll? I don't think Simi rolled.
No, I didn't. Whoa.
Coordination or athletics?
Okay.
As you guys feel that the labor droid is carrying you for quite a bit, and that's going to be 2 strains, Simi. As you guys are like, where are they taking us? As you feel the box move and shift and slide. At one point, it's put down on obviously a repulsor sled because you feel the bounce as you get dropped pretty harshly. And about a good 5 minutes go by of you guys moving around and feeling the weird queasy feeling of being in a low speed roller coaster. What do you guys do as things seem to have come to a stop?
Use the binoculars to make sure the area around us is clear.
It just shows white hazy static. Again, the box
It let us see through before, but now it doesn't let us see
No,
before.
not from the cargo box.
Oh, that's right.
remember,
Last
is
time we looked
shielded.
through the truck walls. This time we're trying to look through the carbonite container walls.
Yeah.
Okay.
The box that's specifically made to block any sensing.
Yeah. Well, but it doesn't block other sensing.
Oh, no, it doesn't.
Right. So I can't see because people keep typing. All right.
Someone else typed in Skype, yes.
I know.
So you rolled 2 dark side.
Of course I did.
Oh, come on. It just means it's a stressful moment, and you got to take it for the team.
That's all right. We'll use it, and I can sense in short distance.
Give me that delicious destiny point. And take 2 strain to use the dark side. It's because you're all packed in there and cramped and breathing each other's air, even with the air supply. It's a very frustrating sensation as you feel. How far does your sensing range go?
Let me look. I forget.
I can tell you for sure in short range you're not sensing any sentience.
All right. Let me see if I got farther. I don't remember.
Other than the jamokes immediately all thinking at the same time of, see me get that servo out of my hip.
Let's see. Effects upgrade. Yeah, no. I just have the base range.
Dinner's done.
Okay. As obviously you're hearing some kind of loading noises and things echoing outside, but it's all surreal and muffled inside this shielded box. But you know that the immediate coast seems to be clear.
Yeah. We're clear within the short perimeter here. No droid or life or humanoid life form. If somebody wants to take a quick peek out.
He's using that witchcraft again.
Right, you wanna stealthily peek out, and then if the coast is clear, stealthily lead us out of this here box.
Sure.
And Prit, I'm giving you a blue.
Okay. All right, here comes the stealth.
Nice.
Beautiful. As you peek out there, and you're seeing you're in some kind of, as your breath immediately turns white and foggy as it comes out, as it feels beautiful cool compared to the hot unit with too many bodies in too small a space, as you're in some kind of cold storage area, as you see a lot of other containers and boxes and crates piled up. It's basically like a giant walk-in fridge, and by giant I mean like 20 foot by 30 foot. As you see a shimmery blue shield, that's obviously the thing that keeps the cold in and the outside environment out. And you see a mass staff of like 20 people prepping food. Obviously, it must be some kind of food, they thought, and they took it to where the rest of the perishables were put. And what would you like for those 2 advantages?
I like the assist. That's it for my accesses.
I mean, that would be a good one for giving somebody a blue to sneak out if somebody wanted to.
But wait, can't we do group stealth like we did in the last campaign?
You can, yeah.
So you can give a blue to our stealth roll out.
Yeah, you can totally do that.
Now let's do that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you guys are going to exfiltrate the box?
Sure. Why not?
I do not wish to stay in here.
To the next closest cover.
To the next closest cover. Okay. Prit, go ahead and give me your stealth check.
Okay, I am actually going to take 2 strain and reduce the difficulty of this since I'm taking people with me.
Ooh. Okay. As Prit's doing the stealthy, follow me, hand gesture.
And here we go.
Everyone back behind those crates that look like red fruits that are totally not tomatoes. They're totally space tomatoes.
Strawberries.
Giant apple-sized strawberries.
Snozberries.
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
And do you want to use that advantage to decrease the time to get everyone to hustle up out of the box?
I think so.
And the question is, do you guys close and lock the box? Because remember, the box is full of explosives, right?
Yes, but we are taking some of those explosives with us.
Okay. So you're now covered in bandoliers of grenades. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
So there are some left behind?
Oh, there's a ton left behind, yeah, because we had like crates of 70s. And I don't think we brought the whole crates with us. We probably just brought what we could carry.
Okay. So you guys are basically in this giant walk-in fridge. And you see the kitchen staff is doing their shtick. You know, they send out their assistants to go get ingredients from where you guys are. And you basically are seeing a fully functioning military kitchen at its finest. You can clearly see who's obviously in charge in the kitchen because it's the person barking the orders. And conveniently, while wearing full cook outfit, is got an Imperial captain's hat on. Because Imperials. The closer you get to that shimmering blue field that keeps the cold in, you hear the ruckus of a fully functioning kitchen with 20 people working in it, which is ridiculously loud. What do you do?
That just helps us to sneak on out of here.
We're going to keep with the sneaky.
Now, you're going to have to basically go through the shield, through the kitchen to sneak out where you're at. Funnels of death.
I mean, it's up to probably Prit at this point to either sneak us out or deceive us out.
I mean, remember,
Which do you think is going to work better?
Some of you currently are wearing bandoliers of explosives.
Stealthy.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how, I lie well, but I'm not sure what.
What lie can you come up with for this?
We were inspecting the area with the drill in the kitchen, and they failed because they didn't see us sneak in.
As you're inspecting, now remember what you're currently wearing.
Sure, we're a special operations drill team that they did not see go into the kitchen, and we could have sabotaged the whole kitchen. They failed. They'll be on report.
Hey,
they should have
it's
saw
up to
us.
you what approach you want to take.
Yeah, see that I want something that gets us out as opposed to now we're having to deal with shit.
No, stealth out, but that's what you tell them if we get caught.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's about time you noticed us. We, infiltrated in, and we're heading back out before you even identified us being in there. We could have sabotaged the entire camp's goods. But that's only if we get caught sneaking.
Our base desire is to not get caught and to get the hay out of here.
Well, yes, but that's plan B.
So, do me a favor. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
Oh, look at you clicking that super quick. I didn't even get a chance to get a black dice into it. It was a useless black dice. So take one strain as you're having this moment when you're like, okay, shit. We're going to have to walk through a kitchen, which is clearly made to see anyone coming in and out of this door. It's blatantly out in the open. You look around and you notice a couple of the cooks basically, take their jackets off and hang them up on pegs that are, in the kitchen proper area. So there are a bunch of cooking staff coats, basically. It's the chef's coats hanging up on the pegs there that you see. There's clearly some fire suppression systems, little red handles that you're noticing with that perception check. And there is a data pad outside the refrigerator. One of those data pads built into the wall that Simi could use, but it's outside the freezer. You realize that anyone trying to sneak out through this blatantly wide open area meant to be seen, you're not going to be able to do a group check for the group to leave this freezer. Because there's just not 6 people coming in and out at any one moment to excuse you trying to sneak that many out. One person might be able to sneak out at a time, but it's going to be touchy. From your point of view, there are coats for disguises. There's fire alarms for distractions. It's basically like halon systems, except in their version, it's not toxic for food. Because Star Wars. You've got a 6-armed droid with knives going chopping things up instantaneously that you don't want to tangle with.
Processor.
I mean, they literally call him Ginsu 1.
The data pad that's out there, is that something like that? If I went out, could I take it, or is it like on the wall?
It's built into the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's chef jackets, so.
Yeah, I think if I stealth out and snag enough jackets for cover, and then just like on the way out, hit the alarm, and so we're just part of the chaos.
That's a good idea, I think.
Okay, is that what you're gonna try?
Yeah. So first, I'm gonna go out and stealth out and go grab myself a handful of jackets.
Now, just so we get the picture here, what gear is on you currently when you're sneaking out of this fridge? Take
Well,
a
in
moment
order
and
to,
look at your sheet.
Well, considering you're not a demolitionist, you probably are not carrying any of the explosives.
no, that's what I was going to say. Is I'm probably just in my regular, my infiltration gear. So just stuff that make it harder to see, that I can be in the shadows.
Okay, I'm gonna give you a blue dice for the noise and distraction in the kitchen in general, but I am gonna ask for 2 rolls.
Okay.
Which do you want to roll first, the hardest or the easiest?
Well, I think if I roll the hardest, but if I take my reduce the difficulty maneuver.
Okay, so you're gonna take some strain to reduce the difficulty?
Yep.
Or you roll the easy one, hoping for advantage for the second
Nah,
one.
I've taken the strain.
Okay.
Doing the.
So I've got the hardest one ready.
Okay. And boing. Nice.
And go ahead and give me the easier of the 2.
Look at all those advantage and failure.
Okay, so as you start sneaking out of the cooler, as soon as you step through the shield, it shimmers from a soft blue to a white light, as you can practically feel the coolness dissipate on your skin, a little evaporative effect. So there's this like poof of almost vapor smoke, really thin on your skin. As you sneak through from the freezer, your friend's hiding behind the produce, and you're heading towards the coats, and you notice the sound of the kitchen, with the exception of the 6-armed cutting droid cutting up roots and tubers. The kitchen has just gone dead silent. As you glance over your back and you see the gentleman who's obviously in charge, he's got his hands on his hips and he's looking right at you, and the kitchen staff seems to be ignoring you, but totally not ignoring you. They're not making direct eye contact at you or the head chef, but they're totally doing their work now at half the volume they were. There's no conversations happening. And what would you like to do with some of that fun stuff you have there, like that triumph and a bunch of advantages?
Now let's see what we can do here.
I mean, I love the suggestion it's giving you. It totally thinks that you got caught. You were totally caught. You were reaching for the coats, and everyone's looking right at you. And apparently the lights just flickered, so I may lose internet connection for a moment.
Okay, so it wasn't just me. I thought
it wasn't
that was...
just you. The lights flickered, and there
Okay.
was like a sound of
Yeah.
the AC.
Well, there's supposed to be possible storms this evening, right? Or is that...
I know, the news was totally telling us the storms were over, and yet we're getting more storms.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, beautiful storm in the middle of the night. So, you flat out failed that stealth roll. Obviously, busy kitchen, greasy floors, greasy walls. That shimmering shield did its job to demoisturize you.
I just want to look at him.
You see that big red handle that says "in case of fire pole."
Clear skies out.
Yeah, I look at him and I just cop an attitude. What? I need the jackets. Look, you.
Just brazen it out.
Yeah.
What? Get back to work.
Of course.
And anything for your what would you like to cash in that triumph for and those advantages?
Let's see.
Because you're busted. There's no doubt about that. You did not succeed at your action.
Yes.
There will be consequences.
Yeah, I think I'm going to be riffing on David's idea of that this was a test that they've been failing.
Okay,
for the upgrade for a roll and.
For 3 advantages, I will give you the chance to try that. How about that?
Yes.
Okay, you have a momentary pause before the man that has knives on his jacket, gets offensive for someone trespassing in his kitchen.
Yes.
I love this idea of you standing perfectly still and looking at him and going, "Oh, you see me now. That's exciting." Quite unlike the last 5 times I've been here. Yeah. Count how many empty straps there are, right?
You can do like, what's the advantage? You can do like an upgrade and a blue for your roll.
You got it. How are you going to cash it in? Did I get disconnected, or is Jeff thinking?
No,
you're
sorry.
You're
I had a lot of people talking. Then I said, "How are you going to cash it in?" I'm like, I don't know what I'm responding to here.
So that is me asking you. You still have 2 advantages and a triumph. What would you like to cash those in on for?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. That where I could use some. So some of them are going to. I have a chance to. Try this. The identify a way to completely distract opponent for the duration of the scene.
I mean, I totally gave you if you hit the fire alarm, that would totally do it. Triumph would mean you totally enacted that plan and it works. And you guys can go escaping through the chaos, basically successfully getting out.
I like it.
Yeah, I think that is like, get this out as like before having to deal with people. It's like, okay, we've got the alarm's off, and they see that some people were here, but who the hell we're melting into the chaos.
Okay, perfect. So you grab the in case of fire, you pull it, and immediately you get this whomp of white powdery distraction, and you yell back at your team to what?
Hustle.
Well, the idea of what I was planning on doing of hitting this was when I pull that, we all hustle and go and that's our escape. That's our escape route. So hopefully they know as I go.
That is beautiful. 12% of a plan, and it pulls off that you guys go running, and you skirt through a corner, and you manage to dust off the powder that's on you guys, and you totally, because it's a triumph, you find a quiet spot to collect yourself. You ran away from the chaos and the fire systems going off and the little lights that come out of the ceiling warning for a fire. And of course, you duck behind a corner as like 3 troopers that have fire brigade badge on their uniforms go running by. And you have a moment to breathe as a group, realizing, wow, that could have went so much worse.
Yep.
You could have died in a refrigerator.
Now that we have a quiet moment, is there a computer terminal nearby?
I will say yes, but it may be in a part that's a little busier than the quiet spot you're currently in. And you're pretty sure there might be cameras on it because every terminal's got a camera on it.
How about a little warfare to maybe, now that you're inside, identify layout of the base?
Yeah, I could maybe use some knowledge warfare to figure out the base. What do you think, Jim?
Are you doing your blue dice warfare or just a general warfare?
Warfare.
I should do my blue dice warfare and apply that to figuring out the base where we are currently compared to where we need to go.
Okay, I got your 3 purple in there.
Ouch.
Wow.
All right, so I get a whopping 1 blue to give to someone. Yay.
1 blue dice because you know no plan survives first contact with the enemy. Okay, now give me your warfare for the layout of the building.
Yeah. He remembers generally where we might be and what this base layout was.
It's a little stressful, but I do that really well.
So, yeah. For those
would have been nice to have those 2 roles reversed.
Yeah.
True. So you recall in the schematics where the loading and cargo area and the cooking area was, and you know that when you guys did your mad dash through the facilities to find a quiet corner to disappear in, that you think you're either in the personnel part of the base, which is basically logistics, secretary pool, that kind of deal, or you're getting really close to the garrison's quarters.
Getting close to Mr. Garrison. Oh, dear God.
And you're pretty sure with those successes, there's going to be surveillance everywhere in any terminal at this point.
Well, as we proceed forward, we will use the SDS 632 surveillance detector. Wait a minute, that's not the one. Nope, that's not the one. Okay, there we go. The security sweeper. That was the one I was looking for.
Okay, so that's a computer's check, right?
Yep, what is that, an average check?
Yep, an average check.
Yep.
Okay, go for it.
Skills, computers, where are you? There you are. Holy hell.
Your sweeper is getting signals from like the floor above, the floor below. There is surveillance stuff everywhere in this building.
So how about for that Triumph? There happens to be some maintenance in the nearby computer terminal, and it's not currently under surveillance.
Ooh, I will give that to you. It's basically in the queue for a security upgrade, like every other station. And apparently it just happens to be down for maintenance because, poor Imperial planning. Right, obviously, the tech that was supposed to be doing this job was out on a space station a couple weeks ago and never came home.
Installing an airport.
And never came home.
That's weird.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if they reported him as AWOL.
What do you want for your 3 advantages? Well, I was referring to the station you blew up.
I know. I am playing dumb.
For those 3 advantages, can I plot us a course that is least likely to cause us interference from IE or from surveillance or patrols?
Okay. I mean, I will just flat out give it to you. You can get to the terminal without anybody spotting you.
Oh, I meant after the terminal, to get out of this area into whatever the next area is.
Okay. I'll give it to you as you see this beautiful terminal station, gleamingly clean with only Imperial propaganda abilities.
See me? All you. Hack that bitch, figure out the where the colonel or whatever his name is.
Make that terminal yours.
Because we also need to blow up some supplies.
Wow. I'm going to use my one. Oh, wait a minute. Why does it have a...
Because there's a human being on the other side of the system monitoring live.
Okay, well, I'm going to use my once per session reroll.
Too bad. That was such a good roll.
No, it
All
was
those
not.
failures.
And I'm going to use
Now, when you use the reroll, do you have to use the same dice pool, or do you get to flip?
No, I think you're right.
I'll give you back your point.
All right, thank you. All right, here we go. Wish me luck.
Yay! Clearly, Simi kind of paused and made an O sound, and then corrected. As you know, Simi, you definitely know there are human beings plugged into helmets and goggles right now in the computer core, real time monitoring everything. You know that the computer system right now is on top security level because of the personnel on base, as well as the commanders doing multiple inspections per day.
So
there's threats out there.
Do we know now if we're in the depot or in the barracks?
Clearly, with those 3 successes, you can do the "Where am I now?" and it tells you that you are near the garrison housing.
Okay. So, Simi, if you can plot us a course to the general by way of the depot, that would be great.
Computers rolled.
Now, the question is, with what information are you using to plot that course?
I was able to hack in.
No, but I mean, like, where's the general now?
So you need to search for the general.
Yep.
Okay. Don't roll yet. Let me fix that dice pool. So you're going to start going through the security camera footage to see if you can find the general?
Or hack his schedule and see where he's supposed to be.
That's also an option.
Where in the world is the general?
I mean, do you want to send a message telling him to go to so-and-so? That's also an option. Go through a base full of heavily armed rebels with explosives. Have the general come to the explosives. Pull up the security cameras to see if you can cut him off somewhere. What option are you going for, Simi? I'm totally buying Simi time to stop coughing.
Trouble at the mill. You got to go.
I mean, I like the idea of him coming to us. We definitely want to try to get into the depot and plant some of these explosives. So if there is somewhere very near the depot that we could get him to go to, that would be a good discreet place for us to off him. That would be fantastic.
Or something, or
okay, so I'll throw it out to the group. Which one of those 2 actions are you doing first? Baiting the general to show up somewhere, or plotting a course to the depot?
Let's plot the course to the depot.
Okay. So go ahead, and with the security cameras, I'm giving you a beautiful +1 blue. I'm totally going to use one of those guys. Give me your computer's roll there, see me? As you're totally plotting a course, we'll have the less people there.
Nice.
And with your 3 advantages, immediately you look at everybody and pop up a display showing this is the path we must take. It is literally using every back alley street on this base to get to the depot. Thankfully, it has you can go down 1 level, go across, then you have an elevator in the depot that will go up. And what would you like that triumph for?
I want to go ahead.
do you have something? Because if you don't,
I was thinking of making sure that we don't show up on any of the surveillance.
Ooh, I like that. So basically,
no
stealth rolls are going to be needed.
Yeah, I like it. Go for it.
Prit appreciates that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Don't want any of your fleshy friends showing up on live sign detectors.
Exactly. We were never here.
Oh, damn you, Lego.
Now, the question is, besides Lego tempting Gunter into buying something like probably the D&D set.
No. On October 6th, for insiders like me, on October 3rd, they're releasing a what do they call them? The not collectors, the big sets.
Oh.
They're kind of like Ultimate Collector Series. Yeah, so they're releasing an Ultimate Collector Series Jabba the Hutt's sailing barge. Shut up and take my money.
That'll be worth just for the Lego minis.
Oh yeah, it comes with a bunch of them. Let's see. Besides Jabba, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or 11 minis it comes with. 10.
And since those
10
suckers
minis.
go for like $20 a pop at most of the stores.
And does it say how big the set is? Because that'll give me a rough ballpark of the price.
Oh, you haven't even seen the price yet.
First they bait you with the pictures, then they talk about the price.
It's 3,942 pieces,
Jeez.
so it's gonna be about $400.
I was choked up for a second there.
Yeah, I thought you were
$3,000 of
Oh no. Yeah, so 3,942 pieces. Legos go for roughly, and this is impressive, it's been this way for like decades. Legos have sold for roughly 10 cents a Lego forever. So you can count on that set being around $400.
Which you got to give Lego credit for that, by the way, of not inflationing.
Oh yeah.
They haven't shrinkflationed or inflated.
Yep.
So you've got the course plotted. Now for the next roll to bait the general to you. See me, I'm gonna need it to be a deception check.
Can somebody assist her on that who's really good at deception?
I'd be happy to.
Give her your dice roll, and I will go ahead and flip one of those.
You mean what my dice roll would be?
So, see me, what is your deception?
3 yellow.
3 yellow. Crit, what is your deception? Oh,
see me, I already did that for you.
Oh, I thought you. Okay, I did.
Wow. So, Prit, what is your deception?
3 yellow, 3 green.
The droid's got a better deception than I do. Wow.
Well, you've seen the shit.
Me too, man.
Oh wait, you haven't seen the shit that Steam's gotten away with.
She just gets away with it.
Okay, so see me, Prit is giving you 3 green. I've got it on the dice, and you have an upgrade.
And I'll give her a blue.
Well, don't roll yet. Don't roll yet. And Tozen is giving you a blue. Are you ready? You're muted, so we can't hear you.
Sorry.
It's okay. I heard the call.
Sounds so ready.
Hey.
There we go.
Wow.
Okay, so Kelly, I'm going to be a jerk and say describe the montage dash across the base and the gist of the deception that's going to be luring him into the depot. Followed by I'm going to totally ask Prit to add something in for those extra dice that Prit assisted on. Prit, go first while she's coughing.
So go with the
what is the ambush?
Go with the head chef would like to meet with him at the depot to discuss the prank that a member of the garrison recently pulled on the kitchen.
I like that. There's just enough truth in that.
Ooh, okay.
AFK second.
All right, let's go with that.
Okay, so Simi, give us a description of the montage as you guys are getting to the ambush spot. I have to give Kelly credit because she's practically dying, it sounds like. I think she's almost done with the coughing.
Get a Luden's cough drop.
And I can't take any more medicine until.
She's saving up for NyQuil to make sure she actually gets to sleep. So Simi's totally describing this cool montage as you guys are following her and you're hearing her servos go down the halls with only shadows of passing people passing in front of you.
But
as
in
you
my
guys
head,
go
it's more like Benny Hill.
And as Simi set this up perfectly, you guys go down a level in a lift and you go across what would have been an outdoor stretch. Instead, you're going on one of the subfloors under the deck. And then you come up on a nice little 6x6 platform lift that shows you the depot. And I'll totally let Tozen do some talking for you. And he can describe what's at the exact ambush spot for the depot.
So wait, what am I doing? Because I said I'd be AFK for a second.
Well, I didn't hear that part.
I didn't either, but that's okay. It's probably muted.
There's no AFK 15 minutes before we wrap up.
Well, when you gotta go, and it's 20 minutes.
Unacceptable. I mean, do we all have to take a break then? Because I could totally take a break.
I am okay, but if you need a break, take a break. Not good for your kidneys.
I think I can make it 15 minutes.
All right. So what am I describing?
So describe the spot in the depot that you're picking for the ambush spot where you're wanting him to come.
Does the depot have any secure meeting rooms?
It does not. It's a supply depot, so it's like stacks and stacks of connexes and containers, and occasional platoon group moving by in marching formation.
Is there a secure meeting room very close to the depot?
There are briefing rooms not too far from the depot.
Let's meet him at a briefing room. Give us approximately, what do we think, 20 minutes to get into the depot, set some explosives, and then go prepare for him there? I mean, does that sound realistic, Jim?
Yes, it does. Especially since Simi provided you great timing and how long it would take you to get to the depot. So when you sent that original message meeting the head chef and the captain, depending on which title he wants to use at the moment, about some Imperial prankster on base causing problems.
Yeah, so that should give us adequate time to get to the depot, set the explosives, and then get over there, right?
It should. So what are you looking to put explosives on, by the way? I mean, you have all these things labeled like foodstuffs, perishables.
Weapons.
Weapons.
We want to blow up any weapons that we can.
Okay, you see a couple connexes clearly labeled E-11 carbine. It's clearly stenciled what's inside there. Another one labeled as grenades. Another one labeled as power packs. I mean, there's dozens and dozens of things in here.
Yep. So we are going to start planting some explosives on those.
Now the question is, as you guys are sneaking about putting explosives on things, are you going as a group or are you splitting up to do more quickly?
Well, I think the two people most suited to plant explosives are myself and Simi, correct?
Yep.
And so it would be the two of us, and we would have everyone else kind of keeping watch out for us while we're doing so.
I mean, are you sure? You could totally split up. You go one way, Simi goes the other way. Each one of you take a stealth person with you.
We only have one stealth person.
I'm not saying my plan's not a good plan to get you caught. I'm just saying.
I mean,
So
I have three
you're
things,
staying
but
together as a group?
Stay together for our friends.
Okay, so Pritz, go ahead and give me your stealth roll in a second. Don't
Perfect.
roll yet.
Actually, I have 4 green and a blue with my stealth.
See, that's pretty damn good.
I've got 3 yellow and a green as my stealth.
Yeah.
So give
Hey,
me your
Jim.
stealth roll, Pritz. Yep.
While he's doing that stealth roll, I'd like to introduce a fact into the narrative.
Uh-oh.
So while Simi was in the computer system, she also managed to put on the manifest that some medical supplies should be loaded into our cargo container.
In the kitchen?
They're temperature control supplies.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The
Okay.
container was supposed to go to the medical depot, and it was a temperature controlled situation, so it accidentally ended up in the kitchen. But it is supposed to be loaded with medical supplies and then loaded back on a truck for us to get out of here in, I don't know, what, half hour, 40 minutes.
Okay. And are you flipping a point for that, or are you using some cool ability for that?
I'm using my ability that once per game session I can introduce a story fact as if a point had been flipped.
Okay. So they will totally be a medical package inside your cargo container, and whoever is delivering them, thankfully, is not EOD and will not recognize any extra leftover explosives you left behind.
Perfect.
And
Because one of our other objectives was try to secure some
Yes.
medical supplies.
Yes, it
So,
was.
ta-da!
ta-da! And I am going to take this train and make this stealth roll easier.
Ooh. As Brit totally says that, and use an upgrade. You totally see some of those tiny Viper droids, you know, the little saucer hubcap ones with the 4 tentacles, go zipping by. Prit totally hand gestures you guys to take cover, and then as soon as they're clear, goes running off to do something. And let's see what happens, Prit.
Noise.
Okay, as you guys are like little ninjas moving amongst the containers. So, are you two working in tandem with the explosives, or are you guys setting up your own explosives?
I think it'd work better if we split up. We're both pretty proficient at it.
Okay.
Remind me, what is the...
It is an average mechanics check. Okay, so who is rolling me a mechanics first?
I'll go first.
Kelly, you want to go first?
And is there any preference of what you're putting explosives on?
Sorry, what?
Is there any preference on what you're putting your explosives on?
Stuff that's made of explodium.
Something really big, real big bang.
I mean, there's one marked grenades and power packs. Those are probably the most explosive things out here. Because remember, it's Star Wars. The power packs are full of explosive gas.
That one.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Got my upgrade.
Got your upgrade.
Oof.
Oof.
Seriously.
As you plant your explosives and everything looks perfect, it's going to go off without a hitch.
Little did you realize that you put your explosives on the cabbage.
Or it's just a dud.
Yeah.
Think about it. EOD, that shit happens all the time.
True that.
I mean, these are stolen by the rebels explosives from like a mining consortium in space.
Yep.
Okay, so Tozen, what are you putting explosives on?
Well, she did the grenades and
She did the blaster packs.
Okay. So, do we have any grenades or anything like that I can put explosives on?
Yeah. There's a Connex, a 20-foot Connex full of stencil of grenades. Didn't say specifics, just says grenades.
All right. Well, let's do that.
Standard military fare. They're going to stencil one giant crate and keep using that crate. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that crate.
Go ahead and give me your Oh, you're going to use an upgrade.
Yep.
Use your mechanics check.
A little strain on it.
I'll take that strain, yeah.
You take a strain as you're putting the explosives on, and one slips and you manage to catch it.
All right. Explosives have been planted.
Okay. Anybody gonna do? Because you have enough to do, like 4 or 5 if you wanted to, but.
If we have time, I'll do another one.
Okay. I mean, you each could do another one if you want it.
Kelly, you want to try to do one more?
Yeah.
Now, Kelly, for this one, what are you wanting to put the explosives on? Like medical supplies, stormtrooper armor,
pagers,
computer equipment?
Like 2 cents.
Huh?
I said pagers.
I'd go for the armor.
Oh, I don't think anybody's heard about the pagers yet.
Apparently not.
About the what?
Israel was very stealthy and stuff.
Remember what Israel did back in the 70s at the Olympics?
Mm-hmm.
The exploding phone? Well, apparently they did the same thing with pagers going to terrorists.
Yeah. They got a hold of pagers. They quit. Hezbollah and Lebanon quit using cell phones, had pagers, and they detonated all the pagers this afternoon.
There's thousands of people injured right now because the problem is explosives in a pager went off at who knows where, who knows when. So good people and bad people probably got hurt.
Probably.
But a lot of military groups are going, what the fuck?
But to load up, get a hold of a bunch of pagers, load them with explosives, and then get them distributed to the right people. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, the fact that they rigged these and let them get slipped to the bad guys. And then dispersed amongst their people.
Yep.
That's some Mossad shit right there. Okay, so Kelly, what are you going to drop your explosives on? Oh, you did the armor. Gotcha. And Tozen, see me finishes up more explosives. What are you going to do with your last good bundle?
We'll do computers. Or communications, even better.
Comms. Okay. Let me take that upgrade out. You're good to go.
Another strain.
Take another strain. Okay, now what are you guys doing to the briefing room that you have him coming as the clock is ticking and you got like 8 minutes before he's going to be there if he's on time?
Yeah.
Something tells you he's anal and always on time.
Well, and everyone, we should remember that he does have a security garrison with him. Or a security troop with him.
As we're getting a detail. Not a garrison. There'd be a lot of people following him around.
Yep.
Security detail.
Yeah, he probably has a solid. He has probably a security platoon, which is probably a third on and 2/3 off. So probably 6 people.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do a thing as we're heading towards the room. Much better. And
you rolled some light side.
I did. And I will commit a die. So doing sense and committing that sense dice.
As there's like one person you sense coming as you guys are there. If Frit would like to give me a quick stealth or see me. Either one would probably knock this out of the path, especially if you're contributing the incoming hand gesture.
I will happily do the stealth. Are you ready?
Yep. As you thought it was all clear, and then a person comes in, you're like, how did you know they were coming? You totally exchange a look of like, you crazy witch. You got witch powers. Oh wait, it's Star Wars. We know about Jedis. They weren't all but forgotten 20 years later. Okay. So you guys have gotten into the briefing room. You have total access to the briefing room. What is the plan?
I'm assembling my device.
I mean, are you just going to leave a bomb and go? Are you going to stay and fight? What is the plan?
Boss?
I mean, I would love to just leave a bomb and go.
Oh, that's sloppy.
We probably want to ensure that the bomb goes off and actually finishes him off.
I can tell you from where you set the explosives in the depot and this location, there's not a good place to observe it when a bomb would go off.
So then we're probably better off confronting him and his goons.
We can make that happen.
Yeah, like I said, I assemble a device.
Click, click, snap, snap. Shake it once and make it on.
Yeah, we
basically
didn't hear
all
much
of it.
All of that was new to us.
Okay, so yeah, you've got the rectangular shaped room. It's a briefing room set for about 12 to 18 people, so it's very robust and big. It's got vid displays on every wall, so you could have, presentations going, as well as a holo presentation going. There's only one way in and out of this, so it is kind of a choke point. I mean, is your plan to like take cover on the opposite side of the door and shoot your way when they get here, or what's the plan?
Oh, my goal is to wait behind the door.
Okay, so you're gonna sit up there and stealth behind the door.
Yep. So opens the door, I'll be behind it and come out and say surprise.
Jump out and scare him.
It's your birthday.
I hear he has the hiccups.
What about the rest of you guys?
When he hears the candle, his birthday candle light up, he'll know something's wrong.
First guy through the door realizes lightsabers go through doors.
Well, definitely want a talky person to be one of the first people seen. And
well, as curious as they are, that he's probably the first one through, but
I mean, have you ever seen a general be the first one through the door?
All the time.
I mean, walking through a base, yeah, it's not a big deal. I mean, they're a secure base. Not like they're expecting any shenanigans on the base.
Right.
It's not like we're the Spanish Inquisition. It's
the
fine.
base is on high alert, so there is something going on.
Is there anywhere outside of the room that we can hide for an ambush, Jim, when they go into the room?
I mean, yeah, you could, take like a briefing room further up, let them come past, and then they're basically bottlenecked.
Let's do that.
Or across from it, no?
Let's do that. We can use the binoculars to see when they enter the room.
Ooh, that's a good use of those binoculars again.
I'm loving the binoculars, man.
Okay, so you basically are taking the adjacent room across the hall. Doorway's a little closer to the depot and a little deeper in from their door, so that way, there's a little more of a bottleneck. As you have your binoculars up looking at through the wall, as you see a mass of it looks like. Give me perception, whoever's got the binoculars.
Whoever our best perception person is. That's who has the binoculars.
Die for you.
I'm happy to hand over my binoculars to whoever has the best perception.
My perception is 4 green. What does that people have?
I got 2 yellow, 4 green.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like a bigger number than mine.
Yes.
Our infiltrator sneaks in and sees things and lies. That's Prit's job.
Yep.
Sounds great.
Okay.
And all of you are all prepped with your weapons ready at the door waiting for Prit's signal.
You ready for the perception roll then?
Yep.
Do it. Ooh.
Wow.
As you successfully are looking through the lens, and you see a group of about 12 walking up. And as you're looking, what would you like for those advantages?
Well, given that I've racked up a hell of a lot of strain, I think I need to take a bunch of strain back.
Okay. How much strain you taking back?
I will take back 4 strain, and then I will give a blue to the next person.
Okay. So remember, you might want to type in the chat a blue to the next person to go. As you're looking, you see what obviously you think is the frame of the general coming, and someone standing next to the general that everybody else is 3 steps back. When you look at the person with the general, you notice a really unique glow through the optics on their hip. As you totally kind of like look back at Tozen and say there's a lot of them coming, a lot. And you totally turn your well, I meant in the Roll20 chat, but Skype works sometimes. As you look and your goggles looks at Melnock assembling his lightsaber, and the glowy shape is identical to his lightsaber when he snaps it and the power system turns on.
I will pass that information along.
Telling you that either the general's talking to a Jedi, or perhaps that Inquisitor just happens to be here at the exact same time.
Thanks for the despair.
And as you throw out that revelation, that's a good place to wrap it up there.
It is.
So since we're wrapping up there, I'm going to share something really quick in the Skype chat.
And remember, no game next week, because 2 people happen to not be free.
No. It's like I'm free next week. I'm not free the week after.
Correct.
Yeah, so somebody else is.
I am not free next week. Jeff is not free the following week.
Yeah, I'm not free. Gunter's not free on the 24th. I am not free on the 1st.
I can't work under these conditions.
That's the point, Jim, is you won't have to work under these conditions. We'll meet in 3 weeks.
Or we just need some Halloween game on October 1st.
Right.
Oh, that might be fun.
We all meet at TGG and play a Halloween game and tell Gunter how much fun it was that he missed.
Yeah.
Except I'll be available on the 1st.
I'm going to miss the Halloween game.
Yeah, it's going to be Jeff. Haha, Gunter's going to totally tell you how much fun it was.
Right?
Somebody's going to get gloated on.
We'll play something like Dread and I'll ring the Jenga Tower. If you've never played it, it's ridiculous.
It would work for me. You just let me know.
Alrighty. So I will let you know what the plans are, because I totally got to run like 13 games for Halloween. 13 freaking Halloween one-shots. That's a lot.
Damn.
Yeah.
So
Alrighty.
There's my Sunny Memorial.
The one last magic question.
And how much XP?
And since you were doing amazing, 15 XP.
Nice.
Oh.
All right. I got to figure out what to do with that.
Yep. And I need to get Kelly some cough syrup. And I got to run off to the restroom. So I'm going to say that's a good place to wrap it up there.
Yep. All right. Good job, all.
Yep.
right.
Good night, gang.
Bye.
right,
See
later,
you next
guys.
time.
Bye.
Right.
Hi, guys.
And remember, if you are interested in the 13 RPGs of Halloween, check out Patreon at patreon.com/cppn. We are going to be posting the October schedule for those one-shot games. We're going to be doing like 10 Candles, Dread, a few other RPGs, and definitely a good time to wrap up. And I hear Kelly coughing really badly, and we got to take care of that. All right, guys, have a good night.